Hello, welcome to the book dormer, is what he would say if there was an old man sitting right here. But there isn't. It's me, the daughter, and today we are going over my April and May reads. Unfortunately, I had finals because the school system hates me. So I couldn't read as much, but I aced my finals, so I guess that's good. I'm not gonna fail middle school. So first, I have Check and Mate by Allie Hazelwood. And this was so good. Oh my god. Totally not because it was a pink book, and that didn't have any influence on it at all. So, it's a book about chess. This one girl named Mallory, she hasn't played chess in years, but her friend convinces her to go to a chess tournament, like a local one, and she beats the current, like, #1 chess player in the entire universe. And his name is Nolan, and as you could have guessed, it's a romance book. Oh my god, yes. It was really good. I loved it. I don't really like chess that much, which is kind of shocking because I like the inheritance games, and that has a lot of chess in it. But we're not going to talk about that. However, we are going to talk about that this book was a solid 4.25. And when I read this, I didn't read that much romance. I read Romantasy, but like not just like straight up romance. Now, as I'm like looking at the list of books I've read these past 2 months, there are a lot of romance on here. Whoopsies. Anywho. Oh shoot, I said the forbidden word. Whoopsie daisies.
Let's keep going.
Next book. This has my mother concerned. This is Satan's Affair by H.D. Carlton. This is the prequel to prequel. I almost said prologue. Oh my god. To what's it called? Haunting Adeline. But I read this last, and I feel like it should be read last because it's just better that way. Anywho, there's. Oh my god, I said it again. Help me.
I'll put a shocker on you every time you say it.
No! I'm not restarting this. I'm too stubborn. So, it's about a character named Sibby, and this is about a girl. She kind of gives Harley Quinn vibes because she is a psycho murderer. But yeah, she goes around murdering people at this one carnival called. I should have written this down. I don't know. Oh, it's literally called Satan's Affair. I'm kind of dumb. But yeah, this was really good. She also has henchmen that I can't say much without spoiling it, but it was like a really short book. And I actually liked this. It was pretty interesting. It was also really dirty though. So, yeah, that was something. I gave it like a 4/3.5. And I'm putting it on like my character with a disability. I'm doing like the r/fantasy 2024 bingo, and I have no clue if this counts as speculative fiction, but I'm counting it because no one can stop me since I don't have a Reddit account. Wahaha. That's that book. Next. I love this book so much. This is A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas, and this is the third ACOTAR book. Oh my god. I love this so much. It's literally is water damaged though, because I had it in my backpack when I was going to school, and the rain soaked through my backpack. Bro. I don't know. I really love this book. Not enough to get the special edition, because the special edition's ugly. So, yeah. I love this book so much. I already said that like 5 times. But I gave it a solid 5. I can't say anything about it without spoiling the whole series. But I did put it in the dreams for r/fantasy 2024 bingo. Hee hee. Oh, I'm doing the card mode for like all of them. So that was probably a good thing to point out. Next. Oh wait, I forgot to say. Look how chunky this book is. Haha. So big. My English teacher literally pointed it out. Next. Red Queen. After a year of my friend bugging me, I finally read it. And when I meant read it, I mean listen to an audiobook sped up because it was kind of slow. So it's in this universe where there's silver blood and red blooded people. Silver blood has magical powers, red bloods don't. So people who have red blood, they're like the lower class. And they're forced to fight a war right now with for like the silver blood people with these other people. They don't really matter. I don't know. They might matter later in the series. I haven't read the later in the series. So basically, this one girl, Mare, is about to go get sent off to war because when you turn 18, you get sent off to war unless if you have a job. She doesn't have a job, and her brothers and her bestie are getting sent off to war. And so she's like, shoot, I don't want that. But she runs in with this guy named Cal. And so he gets her a job as like a servant for like the castle. And so she's like working at a tournament, and basically she gets magical powers. And that's not supposed to happen because she's red blood. So the royal people like take her under their like supervision and have her marry the like spare maiden. And also, believe it or not, Cal, that person she ran into earlier, is like the heir to the throne. Wow. And yeah, that's that book. Oh, that was by Victoria Aveyard. Aveyard, I don't know. I should have probably mentioned that. But I put it as 4 stars. Yay. Now, the only nonfiction you'll probably ever see me read that wasn't for school is Night by Night by Ellie Weisel. Weasel? I don't know. So I was supposed to read it for school, but then my teacher decided we ran out of time between that and like Romeo and Juliet. And so we had to choose one, and we all decided Romeo and Juliet is like 10 times cooler, which it is. So it's a World War II book, and it's from this guy's POV who got sent to labor camps and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've read a lot of those, because, but it was kind of all stuff I already knew, so it was kind of boring. So I gave it a 3. I mean, it was still really good was good written. I don't know what you would call that, but
Well written?
yeah, that well written. Wow. Next, this is also the only written in verse you'll ever see me read. Willingly. This is 500 words or less by Julia Del. I can't read my handwriting. Rosario, I think. So I read this for like a library challenge because, yeah, it was like you had to read a poetry in verse for April. So I did. So it's about this girl named Nick, and she's known for being a cheater on her nicest boyfriend ever with her best friend. But like the best friend's kind of a jerk, so I don't know why she did it. Despite they explained it in the book, she's kind of dumb. But she wants like people to forgive her, so she starts like writing Ivy League essays for them, which they like turn into like college admissions and stuff. And that's that book. I gave it a 3.5. I read it all in one night, and I still didn't like it though. So, I mean, I guess that's fine. Next, If He Had Been With Me by Laura Nolan. So, this is another book my friends have been bugging me to read for like literally forever. So, we have Autumn and Finney. Those are the 2 main characters. And it's from Autumn's POV. And it's basically their life together. Basically, and it's filled with her like regretting not dating this guy. It kind of starts like her freshman year, but it does have flashbacks. But it, like mainly starts in her like freshman year, and it goes like all throughout high school. And I mean, it was interesting, but also you're talking about like kids my age doing some like weird stuff, and I was like, oh, what the heck? Anywho, I gave it a 4. Oh my god, I said anywho again. I renewed my library card today, so I'll be able to get the second book to it. And I'm actually really excited because it's from Finney's POV. Even though a lot of people said they didn't like it, but I've been waiting 9 weeks for this stupid book instead of actually buying it. Because I'm lazy and I don't want it on my shelf. Because that's for Romantasy. My shelf is just for Romantasy. Right? Yeah. Next. Oh my. This is Twisted Games by Anna Huang. So, technically, this is a second book, and I did not read the first book. However, you can read them like out of order, but it like does spoil like a bit of like the other books. I don't really care because like the love interest that was in the first book is in this book. That guy is the most sketchiest person in the entire universe. Like, what the heck? Like, who would actually like him? No one. So this one, it's basically a princess and bodyguard romance. And so this girl named Bridget, she's like a princess of this one kingdom. And then there's Rise, who's like the bodyguard. And that's basically the whole plot. Except there's other things that would spoil it. But you know what? It would like break like a lot of rules if they dated or something, so however, someone on Goodreads who I have extreme beef with literally called Rise an alpha male. He is not an alpha male, bro. My dad looked it up on Goodreads. This is not funny.
Alpha male romance.
It is not an alpha male romance. Oh my god. Yeah, so I gave it a 4.25. I read this like really quickly. And I wrote Screw Alex on it, which is the love interest for the first book. I hate him. He can go die in a hole for all I care. He can go die in a hole for all I care. That was really well written. Next. Oh yay. Get to talk about this book. Romeo and Juliet. Ooh. I actually did like this. And it was like actually surprisingly like pretty dirty minded for something that we read. And I was like, what? Like, what did we just read? So that was lovely. My English teacher made me annotate the book. I'm gonna find this. Dad, you gotta edit this out. Ha 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 ha. LOL, you suck.
Bold of you to assume I'll edit that.
Hee hee. If this doesn't get edited out, everyone should just read Fourth Wing and team up on Dad to get him to read Fourth Wing while I look for my annotations. Because don't tell my English teacher, but I only annotated like 1 page of this book. And that's because we had to turn it in for an assignment. I found it. Look how much I had to annotate so I didn't fail. I got 100% on that though. So, slide. But basically, Romeo and Juliet, it's about Romeo and Juliet. They come from roaring, noble families. And yeah, basically, they're star-crossed lovers, and they kill each other over it. Spoilers, but that's too bad. If you don't know that story, then how do you not know that story? I gave it a solid 4. It was kind of fun, like reading it at first, since this one has like the English and the like they're both English, but like the Shakespearean English and the non-Shakespearean English. And it was actually so much fun seeing how like little I understood Shakespeare at the beginning, and then like later I like could like read full pages like without having to check the English translation. That was, I mean, modern English translation. Oh my god. So that was fun. Next. Oh my god, I love this book so much. I'm so sad to procrastinate on so long. This is Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I love it. This one girl came up to me at school and she's like, oh my god, you'll love that book. And then I came back to her like once the weekend was over and I was like, oh my god, you were right. I love that book. So, this is actually really similar to Red Queen, except I feel like the characters' like interactions were written better. So, this one girl, Oh wait, the universe. There was basically a super pandemic thing, super virus pandemic thing, and they gave like a bunch of these people like powers, and the people who don't are called ordinaries, and the people who do are called elites. And the ordinaries are basically, now that the elites have taken over the kingdom, the ordinaries are like executed if they are seen, because a rumor spread that ordinaries gave the like the elites diseases, and like so basically they're not allowed there because the elites think they're gonna take away their powers or something. So, but Peyton, she's an ordinary hiding in the kingdom, but she has a run-in with Prince Kai, who is quote unquote the enforcer. He's the one who kills all the ordinaries. Um, yeah, so she's a thief, so she tries to steal from him, but turns out later she has to rescue him, and he finds out that she's an ordinary because he has this like superpower that like lets him see, like grab onto other people's power and use it. But she lied. She has this like cool ability that's not super magical ability. It's like something anyone can do. Is like lie that she has psychic powers, and she was like able to tell what he was doing based off like little hints about like his clothes and stuff. So yeah, but she gets put in these purging trials, which is like people that are like kind of like famous or like very good powers in the kingdom, were like put on like these purging trials, and they're like told to fight. So yeah, and then there's also Kit, the like heir to the throne. So he kind of likes her. So it's basically love triangle-ish, like Red Queen. Wow, never thought I would like a like romance triangle, love triangle so much. But then I started reading romantasies, and that's like everywhere. So I love this book so much, though. Oh my god. I mean, the ending was predictable, but I don't care. So powerless, I'm putting that in survival. I know I said that there was a super pandemic. That's not what the world's currently at right now in the story. So I'm not counting that as like super pandemic. So I'm counting it as hard mode because she has to survive the purging trials. So yeah, deal with it, people. Audiobook These Witches Don't Burn by Isabel Sterling. I started this originally as my romantasy because I needed an LGBTQ book to read, and all the ones that I already had were already I already read or sucked. So I started this. This one girl named Hannah, she belongs to a witch coven in Salem, and her ex Veronica is also in that. And so basically, she has to go through these issues with Veronica. She's like, oh my god. But then there's like evil witches called blood witches in Salem, and like no one believes her. Like her grandmother, who is like the lead of the coven, doesn't believe her, and she's like, oh my god, y'all listen to me. There was literally a blood witch. Because there's like sacrifices going around, and she's like, oh my god, what do you mean? So yeah, that was fun. But I actually moved it to small town because I'm counting Salem as my small town because I didn't have anything for small town. And I gave it a 4. But I did move it to small town because like it was really, I mean, romantasy I felt like was gonna be easy to find. Although this would have made a really good romantasy because Hannah's a lesbian, Veronica's a lesbian, then there's another character that's a lesbian, then a bi character, and then another character, I think he's gay and trans. So that's like 5 characters right there at least. Oh wait, there's a 6. There's another bi character. That's like, so if you need a romantasy, a hard mode romantasy, there you go. But talking about romantasy, do you want to know what counts for this? Webtoons count. And as a teenage girl, as a Gen Z teenage girl, you already know I have a webtoon addiction. So, luckily for me, as long as it's like the length of the novella, it counts. And I'm like 99% sure that 105 episodes that I binged in one day is longer than this. So welcome to High Class Homos by Momo Ziri? That's like the username that was under. So there's Safia and August. Safia is a Pinterest, not Pinterest. Oh my god, we do love Pinterest though. Is a princess from a neighboring kingdom of August's kingdom, and they're both gay, but like, you know, homophobic people, they don't really want their leaders to be gay. So they basically marry each other. But they're gonna date the servants because they think the servants are cute. But then there's like a lot of drama that goes down, and it's actually really funny. And I love it. As I said again, I was sick one day and I binged 105 episodes. Think of a comic strip, but one episode is like the length of like 5 of those. That's probably very unhealthy for me to do, but do we care? No. So I rated this a 4.5. Oh my god, it was so good. And also the princess has pink hair, and I generally want her outfit. So yeah. That was the end of that. As I said, I know I didn't read a lot. I'm going to read a lot in June because I'm home for summer and I am bored because my summer classes still haven't started yet. But also, all I'm taking for summer classes is health and PE. So, I don't know. I'm locked in a house with books. Ah. Okay. Yeah, that's the ending of this video. I don't know what else to say. My dog isn't here. So, I guess you won't be seeing him. Where did he go? That's the end of that. So, bye.